Don Bosco youth programs in Nigeria include educational training in technical and vocational skills in various technical institutes around the country for the Nigerian youth. They also work in parishes, youth centers, oratories, and are actively engaged in the use of social communication and the media in the education and Christian evangelization of the young. During the long vacation, the Salesians of Don Bosco also organize special educative and formative programs known as the holiday camps.
So the aim of the camps, we as Salesians, not just here in Nigeria but everywhere, wherever we are, we always try to provide a safe and wholesome environment for our young people. Now, Don Bosco was very much aware that holiday time is a very precarious time because the children are away from school, they are not occupied, and very often, if they are not well engaged, they can end up in trouble. And sometimes what has been built up during the year may actually be lost. So during the long holidays, we try to create an environment where they come together, and this time the focus will be more on that they have a sense of fun, of coming together. And so in all our houses here in Nigeria, the seven different centers, we organize these holiday camps. And I think they are twofold, because through these holiday camps we are reaching, first of all, the children themselves. So many children here in Holy Cross, we had more than 600 children. But I think more importantly is that we are reaching the animators, the young animators. They are at a very important stage in their life. They are becoming adults, and this may be their first experience of being assigned responsibility and being responsible, organizing, being entrusted, having to plan, having to work together. And I think it is a very strong learning experience for them.
Actually, what we have is a summer program that is packaged for the young people of Nigeria, that's organized by the Salesians of Don Bosco, the Reverend Brothers and the Reverend Fathers.
These camps are organized by all the Salesian communities in various parishes and dioceses across the country. Camps were organized this year in Lagos, Ibadan, Onitsha, Ondo Town, Kontagora, Akure City, and in 2 places in the Federal Capital Territory, Abuja.
I want young people to be brought up well in the fear of the Lord, morally sound, so that they can grow up into beautiful adults that will transform our society for the better.
The idea is also to bring them together to make sure they don't just waste their time. Then the aim of it eventually is part of the Salesian educational program, which is to make honest Christian and good citizen, or good citizen, honest Christian.
We try to keep things intensive. So you have young people who come and, for instance, they want to do their school revision. So they have maybe 2 weeks or 1 month and they do intensive revision of their schoolwork, and we have volunteers who come to help them, like teachers and other people who are available to help during the holiday period. We also have some people who come and maybe they want to develop their skills in computer knowledge, and so during this period of the holidays they intensify and try to brush their skills in computer skills. We have those who are aspiring to be engineers, to be doctors, to be musicians, to be movie actors and actresses. All of these people, when they come to the camp, they choose. There are various options of what the camp offers, and so they try to acquire these skills.
The Salesians train young youth leaders and local volunteers called animators, who are made up of young professionals, youth corps members, young school leavers, university students, and other helpers who make themselves available during the long vacation to assist the children participating in the camp.
The role I played basically was in charge of the animators per se, to see that they carry out their functions, like those in the teaching line, those in the music, those in communication, those in engineering, those in catering. I make sure that their activities are being monitored one after the other to ensure that they carry it out properly in line with aims and objectives of the camp.
I was in charge of sanitation to make sure that the compound is clean and prepared for the next day's program.
I have to play a unique role of taking care of the infants. Now, taking care of the infants is not an easy task for animators. It takes those who have experience to deal with children.
Teaching primary 2, the children, they were really small. I was teaching primary 1 also, they were really small. So, like, sometimes they were not even ready to learn. You'll be teaching somebody something and the person is running up and down and you're like, sit down, and everybody's running up and down. So it was challenging, but it was fun also.
Same. The children were really troublesome. Sometimes you had to sing with them so that they'll settle down, or reward them with things just so they'll pay attention, but it was fun.
Bringing the children together, making them want to be together, love one another, form a group, work as a team, it actually will help them tomorrow, because for them to start now to be working as a team, work together, do things together, try to make out things, as in try to be one family, it was actually good.
I found myself doing the DJ work happy, playing with the kids also, playing game with them through my music. Even when we went to Millennium Park, they have some farms, and Kuje village, they also feel themselves with my music.
There is also the group of parents and adults who generously give of their time and resources to take care of the children in the Don Bosco holiday camps.
I play a role of mother in the kitchen. I was in the kitchen throughout. When they started last year, I was with them. This year again, God just gave me time ahead and I was still with them.
The response we got from the participants was very marvelous. They appreciated it a lot. At least you just sit down there, you see some children, when they have problems, they will come to you and share it with you. They see us as their mother. They want to be like us. And so they will come, whatever problem they had, they cannot even share at home, they will come and share it with us. And we advise them the way they should go about it.
I had some assistance from parishioners because it was like a voluntary work. We volunteered to come and do it. Nobody called us. We are not paid. We are just doing it on our own. And then most times, parishioners, they come helping us, bringing rice and so on. So we were able to cook enough that we fed up to 700 children.
There are also Catholic youth volunteers from other Don Bosco institutions and parishes who come from abroad every year since the first holiday camp that took place in Akure in 1996 to work together in creating a joyful and friendly atmosphere of mutual exchange and growth. Volunteers have come from different parts of Italy, Poland, and Ireland. This year, working in collaboration with the Nigerian youth in the Catholic Church.
And so it is a time also that they are imbibed with the spirit of St. John Bosco. And the philosophy of St. John Bosco was a very simple philosophy, that for young people you have to create an environment which is wholesome, which is cheerful, keeping them engaged. And young people themselves reaching out to the young. The young people have much more talents and resources than we realize. And what they need is actually a bit of guidance, somebody to accompany them, to show them, and using a style and methodology which is appealing, rather than one which is harsh or oppressive, but one which is appealing and which attracts them and helps them to express their talents in their different ways.
We also have a theme. Like the theme of this year is Rejoice in the Lord always, and again I say rejoice. There's a certain kind of depression that is around the country nowadays, and people are a bit afraid, people are a bit pessimistic. And we believe strongly that the good news of Jesus Christ is most needed at this time. And we don't want our young people to grow up to be scared, to be people who are not led by the spirit of courage, the spirit of Christ, the spirit of the resurrection. And so we try to make sure that this year's camp will make them be deeply rooted in their faith, to rejoice because God is alive and with God all things are possible. With the skills they are acquiring, they become responsible, they become focused, and they are able to spend their time very well. And at the same time, we have the spiritual aspect of the camp. We have the mass, we have counseling services, we have a lot of music, gospel music, we have a lot of talent shows. We have community building games where people are told to work together as a team. If you have one or two members of a group who are trying to break out of the group, the whole group collapses. And so they begin to learn that one of the secret to success is to work together. And these kind of games and activities, they are all organized in a very systematic manner in such a way that it builds up. And every day in the camp, the children begin to get used to the dynamics of the camp. And those who have been attending the camps over the years, they actually come out to be better persons.
The children that participate in the camp are from different backgrounds of education, religion, and ethnic groups, as the camp is open to all children in the area. Many of them are in primary and secondary schools, and the holiday camp creates a common meeting place to share ideas and learn together. There are different kinds of community building games that the children enjoy during the camps, and these games are designed to build up their interpersonal skills and sense of team spirit. Other activities of the camp include school revision, special groups of interests in intensive training in music, home video production, food and nutrition, engineering, medicine, agriculture, mass communication, banking and finance.
For the teaching session, I thought perhaps it was going to, because before we started, they were telling us about the challenges, how people start insulting you as a teacher and they don't listen to you, and most of the time the students that are in your class are older than you and all, and they don't pay attention to you. But then during the camp, most of the people in doctors and nurses were below my class, so as it was very easy to relate with them, and they were very cooperative and they actually paid attention during classes.
We had classes whereby we taught them things on maybe English language, maths, and then CRS, just to remind them of things I've done. We didn't do it because we wanted to start another school section, but we did it because we wanted to remind them of the things I've done in school. Then we also went further to teach them games. There are a lot of games we did now to like improve them in terms of their reasoning.
Also, then in computer also they're able to know the hardware and software of a computer, basically how to repair a computer in case of any hardware problem or how to reinstall a software in a computer. Also in electricity, they know the precautions and also how to install an electricity in a building.
It has done more good than harm to them, because during holiday most kids stay at home being idle, and then they are prone to certain things or ailments that they are not supposed to be seen with. Like during the camp, some children are from homes where they are the only kids, so they may not really know how to associate with people. The camp has helped them to learn to associate with other children.
During the days of the camp, picnics are organized together with workshops for various age groups. Spiritual activities like the daily mass, confessions, counseling and career orientation also take place in the camp with the support of professional teachers, counselors and security agents.
This time around, it's not just, restricting the camp for the children to the urban area. The Don Bosco's camp went beyond that, and we went to the village to also engage the children in the village, more like creating the family, church as a family of God, taking what has been happening in town to those in the villages, those who haven't had the opportunity of having those kind of things before. And, it's so interesting because when the idea came up, a lot of people grabbed it. This is a village that we've never been to before. The roads aren't good at all. It's quite a remote area. And, but people rose up to the challenge, and we all went there, and it was a wonderful experience. Everybody was happy to see us. And it was good to see the smiles on their faces, the interest they showed, and the fact that we were able to impact on their lives.
But by the visited parish, there was a renewal for them that day, having to meet people from different backgrounds, not too close to their usual backgrounds. And the synergy that was created there actually did a lot of magic, because I interacted with fathers of the church on that particular day, and they outlined their problems, their challenges, and prospects for overcoming such challenges was created interactively by both parties.
The statement which they said, united we stand and divided we fall. And I see that unity in us, and that is what I've learned of unity, working together to achieve success. And that is the greatest thing I have learned. And I've seen many people have been putting it into action, even after the holiday, the unity, working together, and many things have been transformed positively in the life of many of the children and even the youth, who are even the animators. And personally myself, I learned more on that regard.
The vision of the holiday camp program is to create an atmosphere where young people can have a meaningful and safe experience of intellectual, emotional, spiritual and cultural development during the long vacation period. This annual event helps to promote both local and international voluntary services and missionary outreach to different young people in rural and urban centers in Nigeria without discrimination or marginalization.
Okay, so we hope to always build on the experience, isn't it? And so we hope to have a repeat performance. Our hope also is that with the animators, well-trained animators, we can also, if other parishes are also interested in this type of animation of the children and young people during the long holidays, it will be able also to reach out to others. This obviously requires preparation, you know, because it is not, a holiday camp is not simply something that you simply just do without any prior preparation. And the most important preparation, as I said, is the preparation of the animators, because they are the hinge pinch on which the success of the holiday camp depends. So our hope is that gradually we have created 2 pilot schemes, that these holiday camps will be able to expand in different centers and
if the youths are taught leadership through service, you find out that as they grow older, having played these roles year after year after year, it becomes embedded in their subconscious that my brother comes first. And so it sort of reduces the quest for materialism and power that has taken over the world today. So we are, in other words, grooming leaders who would make the world, who will make our society a better place. This crisis, you have Boko Haram, you have a lot of issues, politics, PDP breaking into 3 or breaking into 4. All is the need to promote self, people wanting to promote self. But when people learn how to hide self to promote others, you now discover that there won't be any need for most of these rancors. We'll begin to love ourselves, we'll begin to want to serve ourselves. And it is only by serving that we truly become real Christians.
We had to speak to people who contributed financially. There are some who were able to provide their services, and then we also appealed to people to send their children. So all this combined to make the camp a success, and for the society to be changed, the young people, the children will have to be built up very well, you know, to be grounded people in all ways. It is only then they can transform the society.
My dream will be that people watching this video will try to replicate the same thing in your parish, in your locality, in your neighborhood, during the holiday period, during weekends, during Christmas holiday, long vacation, Easter holiday. Don't allow the young people to be left alone. Come out, spend your time, 3 hours every day, 6 hours every day. Call like minds together, take care of these people. They deserve it, is their right. They need to be protected, they need to be cared for. And I'm sure there are many people out there who like to do something like this for young people. They don't know the avenue. How can I contribute? How can I be part of this? I have a skill I would like to teach. People came this year and said, Father, I would like to teach children how to make soap. I would like to teach children how to make this. I would like to teach them how to do some basic electricity. They were invited. Seminars were organized for different age groups and so on. So I think this is the way of the future, that people begin to serve the community through the young people.
Salesians of Don Bosco continue to put the young people ahead in their agenda, and with the help of so many other collaborators, hope to transform the young people of Nigeria.